In Austin, I'm Mark Mullins. An Austin mother exonerated after a decades-long legal battle is facing possible deportation. A judge declared Carmen Mejia innocent Monday, but she remained in custody on an immigration detainer. Adam Bennett has a closer look at where the case could go from here.
It was a hug more than 20 years in the making. Carmen Mejia's daughters embracing their mother, a woman the youngest told the court Monday afternoon they never got to know.
The only thing I truly knew about her was her name. I knew she was in prison, but I didn't know where or if she was even still in Texas.
About 2 years ago, new testimony and new evidence convinced Travis County prosecutors and the state's highest criminal appeals court that the death of a baby in Mejia's care in 2003 was an accident. On Monday, Judge David Wahlberg declared Mejia innocent, dropped her charges, and ordered her released.
Ms. Mejia, I wish that signing this order here this afternoon would be the end of this tragedy. Unfortunately, I don't believe it will be.
Moments later, an immigration detainer forced Mejia back into county custody as her lawyers urged her release.
ICE has discretion to allow Ms. Mejia to walk free.
That path to freedom started when former bailiff Art Guerrero became convinced Mejia's case needed a second look. He spoke with his judge, Charlie Baird.
It stuck with him, and he kept saying, what can we do, what can we do? And at some point, because of his persistence, I reached out to the Innocence Project.
Now, with Mejia's threat of deportation after exoneration, Baird told me he has never seen any case like this. Neither has V. Nantaveth.
It's heartbreaking.
The Austin immigration lawyer says Mejia is starting from scratch.
There's no automatic mechanism from the immigration side that would then just restore her immigration status.
For now, Mejia's legal team is building the case.
And I want us to spend holidays together, birthdays.
To let Mejia rebuild her life here.
And that was Adam Bennett reporting. Nearly 2 months after a deadly shooting, Austin police tell us they are still trying to find the suspects. On January 11th, someone shot and killed 23-year-old Cameron Perkins in a shopping center near North Lamar Boulevard and Rutland Drive. Police released photos of the vehicle they believe at least 2 suspects were in. It's a 2021 black Dodge Charger Scat Pack. It has gray vinyl on the hood, and investigators believe it was stolen from Williamson County just 6 days before the shooting. The car had a license plate of WTM 8023, and the lead detective on the case says license plate reader cameras would have helped with the investigation, but the city of Austin ended its contract with the company that makes them.
In this particular case, it would have been able to allow us to identify this vehicle much sooner, much faster. We did have 2 flock cameras that were in that area, but unfortunately, because they were deactivated, we didn't get any data from them.
If you know anything that could help investigators solve this case, get in touch with Austin Police. Texas's hemp industry is facing a major shakeup. New rules for hemp-derived products are now official, and local retailers say the changes could put some shops out of business. The rules stem from an executive order Governor Greg Abbott signed last September, aimed at tightening oversight of products that some say could be dangerous. Reporter Brianna Perez has more.
New state health rules are shaking up the hemp industry, and retailers are bracing for impact.
We've been fighting this battle for a long time, and so it at least gives us a line in the sand. Is it the type of, line in the sand that we were expecting? Partially, yes and no.
2 months after proposing new rules and higher fees, the Department of State Health Services rolled back its plans. Licensing fees for manufacturers dropped from the proposed $25,000 a year to $10,000 a year. And retailers will now pay $5,000 a year per location, down from the proposed $20,000 fee. Retailers say it's a bittersweet win.
Still in the thousands compared to the hundreds of dollars that it previously was, but not so astronomical that it really prices businesses out. I do think there's going to be a huge impact to businesses because not only are you having increased fees to operate, but there's a multitude of other things.
That includes new age restrictions, revised testing standards, and changes to packaging, labeling, and record keeping. Retailers say another major shift involves how THC levels will be measured for compliance. THC is a compound in hemp that can get you high.
This rule, which is a small language change to convert THCA into total THC, has huge impacts.
Happy Cactus owner Todd Harris says the change essentially bans cannabis flower, which makes up about 70% of their sales. Combined with the now 400% fee increase, Harris says staying open may not be possible.
We have 2 locations. If we don't get these rules changed and we lose flower and we have those fees, I can't see us keeping both locations at least. Most likely we would go out of business as well.
Retailers worry this could also lead consumers into an illicit market, but they hope they can keep finding their way in a fast-changing industry.
Brianna Perez with that report. DSHS says they will reevaluate licensing fees periodically. The adopted hemp rules will take effect on March 31st. A Georgetown bookstore says it's in dire need of help from the community or they could risk shutting their doors. Owners of Lark and Owl booksellers say ongoing construction in downtown Georgetown has impacted them for years. Reporter Jessica Cha spoke to the co-owner about what they've had to sacrifice.
Even on rainy days, people at Lark and Owl booksellers
Hi, how you doing today?
in downtown Georgetown have a sunny disposition.
Yes, oh, of course.
That's how co-owner Jane Estes says it's always been.
And this is a place where people can come every day and find something joyful, find somebody to connect to.
The bookstore opened in 2018, filling a gap in the community.
Georgetown had been without an independent bookstore for about 7 or 8 years at that time. And so for my wife and my kids and I, it was really important to us and really exciting to us that we were going to have another local bookstore.
And they've weathered every storm to stay there.
Hi, welcome in.
So when several construction projects began 2 years ago, Estes says they were prepared to get through that too.
The sidewalks were torn up, the driveway was torn up, that parking lot and that parking lot over there.
But they didn't expect the construction to be so disruptive.
That road, they couldn't turn down this road. They had to go down another road and come back up this way.
She says 3 projects, a private building, a city parking garage, and the city's construction to the bridge all overlapped.
People literally could not get to us, and when they broke ground on the bridge, our sales went down 30% that week immediately.
Even as projects wrapped up, Estes says their sales never recovered. And they've already cut staff hours, inventory, and nearly half their budget.
So we've been in survival mode for 3 years. And when you're in survival mode, you cannot be strategic. You can't grow.
Estes says she has attended city meetings to discuss her concerns. City officials told us in a statement that the city values supporting unique businesses, which is why they're continuing to make investments to improve sidewalks and utilities throughout downtown. They said they'd see what they can do for Lark and Owl and other businesses to help them succeed. Estes says she hopes that's soon. She says they need $100,000 to stay open or risk losing a staple in the community.
If we want to keep the charm of Georgetown and what it means to live in a community where people care, then we need to make sure that our business and other businesses can survive.
Trying to weather the storm in Georgetown, Jessica Cha, KVUE News.
And those are the headlines in Austin. I'm Mark Mullins.